Welcome back to the Safeties Off podcast.
God, it's good to be back.
Yeah, I forget you weren't here last time.
I wasn't.
It's me and Jacob live from South Korea.
Well, that turned me down just
Turn you down a little bit. You don't like hearing me yell in your ear? Sorry, bud.
just a bit.
That's on me, man. That's on me. I want to hear. I need to turn myself down too, because you don't want to talk soft like we did that one episode.
God, I know.
Yeah, that was
It was
tough.
one of the interviews too.
Yeah.
We're like,
Yeah, it's because we had our headphones turned way up,
Yeah,
and that's
that's
on
what
us.
happens.
We
That's on
got
us.
these nice fancy headphones
it's a novice
and
rookie
didn't know how to
move.
act. Yeah,
Rookie move. But yes, I did tune in Tokyo last week. It was phenomenal, as usual.
Yeah, it's fun. It's wild. Let's get into that in a second. Real quick, I'm going to talk about our sponsors, our one and only true sponsors, Trip Tech. My Trip Tech's over there on the table. Don't worry about getting it. I thought I dropped it. Thought I'd lost it. I found it. It's over there. Trip Tech. It's a what-in-one multi-tool?
It's a 5-in-1 multi-tool.
5-in-1 multi-tool.
Really 6-in-1 because you use it as a fidget spinner.
I do use it as a fidget spinner.
Typically.
Jacob used it to work on a scooter or something like that. I don't know. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, 5-in-1 multi-tool. It's a finisher. You can use it to work on your shotgun. It's a choke tube tool. You can use it to take apart your gun. You can use it to measure upland birds. And then, is that 5?
That's 5 plus fidget spinner.
Plus
6.
the fidget spinner, 6. Boom. There you go.
We haven't even tried to find other uses, but I guarantee you they're out there.
Guarantee you they're out there.
Clean your fingernails with it.
So go get a Trip Tech. If you love us, get a Trip Tech. Also, I want to thank Ranch Road. If you're looking for something to put in the back of your truck, me and Jordan have one. Just put all your crap. I made a TikTok, and I put like all kinds of stuff in there, like all ranging from my Sawzall to boots to back of deer corn. Nice. Hit yourself in the face with the mic, my boy. And then also, I'm going to cross my arms. And then HuntWise, use promo code KCO20 for 20% off. It's a great tool. If you have Onyx, screw Onyx, go to HuntWise, check them out. Great company with great guys behind it. If you haven't listened to that,
we don't just say that either. I do not use Onyx anymore.
Right,
it's superior.
You have to use HuntWise. So, with that being said, we'll get to the show.
Bro, I almost caught that one.
You got that heater on full blast. You got all the windows down, and you're just you're such
a So Jordan's been out
a while. We got a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, you've been out a while. Me and you have some catching up to do, and then also just you and the people that listen have some catching up to do.
That's right. My fan base.
Yeah, your fan base. So I did say yesterday.
My fives of listeners.
Yeah, fives of listeners.
That are my fans.
Which is like my boy Finney Throws.
Finney Throws.
He's in here. I'm sure G. Tilly's in here. Neighbor Andrew is in here. But anyway, so yeah. So Jordan and I attend the same church, Baltimore Baptist, Erie Drive, Shreveport. You've been out doing something pretty cool that I should have been a part of, up.
Could have been a part
but
of.
wasn't. Yeah. Chose to go to New York City with the wife. So, But maybe next time. But I did want you to use this to talk about, what you spent a lot of time working on and then what you've been doing.
Yeah, so it's been my life the last 3 months since Christmas, really. So I am part of a ministry called Faith Walk, which, long story short, it's a 3.5, 4 day retreat, for lack of a better term. You get out, you get away, you're out of camp actually. No phone, no watch. It's just solitude.
Crazy.
Well, it's not solitude. I mean, you're around a bunch of other guys doing it too. But I mean, the world is non-existent.
But you're not locked like Aaron Rodgers in a dark place. Did you hear about that?
I did not.
You're not in the sports realm as much as I am.
I have been under a rock since Christmas.
So Aaron Rodgers. So you went to this spiritual retreat, no phones, just men, worship, like cool, right? Sounds, and like to some people that sounds crazy. Like give up your phone. No, dude. Like
it keeps people from coming. Actually,
right? No, I mean, in 2023, yeah. It's nuts. So, Aaron Rodgers, a grown man, millionaire, shut himself in a room. And this is like a real thing that people do. It's like out in the mountains somewhere. Dark room, darkness, nothing. People bring you food 3 times a day, but you sit in total darkness and silence. And it's just a time of meditation.
For how long?
4 days. He said he was going to do it max 4 days. I think he came out on the 3rd day. And he did this, like some people are probably like, why would he do this? Well, he did this to figure out if he wanted to keep playing football or not.
Because he's weird.
Which to some people, you're like, oh, he wants to see if he's ready to retire. That may be normal. But when you break it down to, he was trying to figure out if he wanted to play football for $60 million or not.
And he needed 3 days in a dark room.
In a dark room.
Yeah.
You could lock me up. I'll tell you what, you could just lock me up in a dark closet for like a year if you'll give me $60 million.
Well, and it's not like he's got, like Tom had, well, not anymore, but last time he retired, he had, Giselle on his back. He was
messed up.
He was long in the tooth.
That's messed up.
Well, never mind.
I'm joking. Go ahead.
He was getting long in the tooth. He didn't have the arm
Right.
that he had, blah, 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 blah.
What does long in the tooth mean?
Getting old. Somebody back me up on chat here, but it's old, long in the tooth. I don't know. It's one of those phrases.
Yeah, you definitely made that up.
I absolutely did not make that up. It's in a song. It's in I almost said Chicken Fried, not Chicken Fried. The Travis Tritt song that everybody knows. It's a great day to be alive. Long in the tooth, but harmless as can be. It's a legit phrase. I don't know. I'm guessing it comes from. I don't know. I don't know what it comes from. Well, I don't know what animal has teeth that never stop growing. I was going to say horses, but they go the other way. They lose their teeth.
And I've just been singing those songs, singing those lyrics for like years.
We do that a lot, man. You go back and read some lyrics on songs. We sing a lot of songs as youth that we should not have been singing as youth.
Oh, yeah. What would you do if your mom was at home?
Yeah.
Crying? Yeah. I know
Lots
every
of
word.
them. Lots of them. Mhm.
Yeah. And I'm
Gonna get a little bit sideways, like we all saying that. Like, oh, what is that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's there's a lot of
man,
risque stuff out there. But no, long in the tooth just means old.
Yeah. This is a great segue into something else I wanted to talk about. Can we just keep going?
We're just
All right, can we just keep going?
here.
All right. Do you have Spotify?
I do.
All right, pull up Spotify real quick. I want you to listen to this song, and I want you to tell me what it's about. And everybody on Instagram is going to tell me what you can type what you think it's about too. GT Outdoors is in, my guy.
GT Outdoors. Do you know what long in the tooth means?
Don't put him on the spot.
What am I looking
Okay,
under?
look up Morgan Wallen. I wrote the book.
I have not heard his new.
Oh, I love that.
album yet.
Let's go. Because I just saw a TikTok about
what's
this
the name
song.
of it?
I wrote the book. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Hip also we don't get
Yeah, here's what we're gonna do. So did you know that they have all the lyrics to every song on Spotify?
Yeah, I don't
And
ever
you can
look at it
follow
like
along.
that, but yeah.
So all right, let's go back. So
It says it's the one that he leaves on the nightstand. One that says he don't cuss, don't fight. I mean, he's talking about the Bible. All right, there you go.
yeah, I'm trying.
Finney throws says,
So it's
and
talking about,
copyright strike.
To
You're
throw
right.
to throw a curve right, to clean a fish, throw a third strike, blah blah blah. He wrote the book. And then
Something about the letters written in red.
it doesn't separate where that part
Words
starts.
written in red.
There's one that lays by the lamp on the nightstand, one that says don't cuss and don't fight, or let the bottle turn you into a different man. But damn if I don't do it every Friday night. Those get you into heaven, letters in red. Ain't getting red enough. Ooh, those letters in red ain't getting red
That's
enough.
tough, man. That's tough. It's pretty tough. Like,
That was some Eminem
yeah, it's pretty
spinning
good.
right there.
Yeah.
Ain't getting red enough. Keep me on a straight line. I'm a jack of all trades, but man, I gotta say that is one book I didn't write.
It's pretty tough.
It's pretty good.
It is really good. He's got some really good stuff. So like people have just been breaking down his lyrics and whatnot.
Does he write his own lyrics though?
Some of them he does, some of them he doesn't. Like
Yeah, most of
one
them
he
don't.
talks about his cousin wrote a song. And I mean this guy, the cousin has like a full-time job. I don't think it's songwriting. And so like that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I always think too, like once an artist gets so big, it really doesn't matter anymore.
No, but you just have a lot more respect when they
Right.
at least collaborate on their songs.
Yeah.
Like Jason Aldean, like he didn't write any of the songs.
No, just Brantley Gilbert.
They were all Brantley Gilbert. Every one of them.
Yeah.
So you're really a Brantley Gilbert fan.
Dude, I listened to David Allen Coe the other day, he was talking about. Oh yeah, GT Outdoor said that Hardy writes with Morgan Wallen a lot, and he does. They're buddies. And then like I think he wrote with like Reba McEntire or something. I don't know. Anyways.
Oh, Reba.
Yeah. So David Allen Coe.
Side note: a buddy of mine to this day has the biggest crush on Reba.
What's his name?
He saw her. It's Jared Myatt. He's the strength coach that I've talked about.
Mm-hmm.
He saw her at what's the big country?
CMA?
No, in Baton Rouge, Bayou Country Superfest.
Dang it.
Got it. He saw her there in like high school or college and has been in love with her ever since. He said she's the most attractive woman of her age he's ever seen.
Oh no, we did get copyright. We don't write that. We just got copyrighted on Instagram.
Dang, that was fast.
Yeah, live video stop. Creating live broadcasts that contain content you don't own the rights to may result in restrictions. Video's been deleted. Let's
Golly,
go.
that was fast.
We're so bad.
Bad boys. Bad boys of Instagram.
All right, now we're back live. That was nuts. That was so fast.
Dude, that was so fast.
How does that even... Somebody reported us. How does that even happen? We had like 7 people watching. Surely not.
One of our...
Surely not. We'll see if we go again. We just
One
got kicked off for
Kepler.
having...
We need a name for our fans.
We do.
I never thought about it till just now when I was going to refer to
the
them.
Creakies.
The Creakies?
I like that.
Creakies.
All right, so anyways, back to my David Allen Coe.
Yes.
So David Allen Coe, he talked about how one time he had a song at number 3. Excuse me. And then he was number 2. It was a song at number 3. And his name had like a bullet beside it. And he said, normally when you get a bullet beside it, means that you're going to be the number 1 the next week. I have no idea what any of that stuff means. And, this is when he was kind of like young and had just started writing and just making music and got one of his first hits up, blah, blah, blah. And he said the next week, country music charts come out because that's all you had back then was like, who's number 1? It's not who's on TikTok, who's trending, whatever. Well, the song that was at 3 jumped him. And, he's like, well, what the heck? And it ended up, this long story short, it was because the label that those people were with were also partners with another company that was like a huge media company. And that huge media company.
Even back then.
Yeah, basically held, their kahunas to the fire and said, we need that song to be number 1. We need this band to do well so that our, whatever music management company does well so that we'll do well. So David Allen Coe has to stay at number 2 another week. And yeah, he was like, then I was like, you know what? This is just stupid. But anyway.
Did he get to number 1 the next week?
And to be continued. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Then I swiped on the TikTok. But it was a great TikTok for like 20 seconds. It wasn't bad.
We know that stuff happens in every industry, but
every single one of them.
Follow the money. That's all it's ever about.
Every single one of them. I pledge not to do that unless somebody pays me a lot of money.
You'll know.
Unless it's like
if y'all ever tune in and there's like the whole wall is a big Yeti banner, you'll know something happened.
Yeah, you'll know. Or like we don't have these crappy mics anymore. We have the real mics, the Shure mics, like every other podcast.
Or we have a Jamie in the back.
Yeah, when we have a producer, that's the minute. When I'm able to like pay us and then pay another guy to sit back there and not be a part of it, really just
gonna be Travis,
which would be cool. Yeah, Travis would be great at it.
He would,
but he won't talk too much. But, anyways, yeah. To kind of recap what we've been talking about, Faith Walk, cool. How many of them are there a year at Broadmoor?
2.
And
it's not a Broadmoor thing. So it's a standalone ministry. So actually, there's more people that came from this. There's Faith Walk South Louisiana and Faith Walk Kansas. There's a bunch of them, but this is Arklatex. So we had a bunch of people from Arkansas, Texas, a lot of Texarkana guys. Anyway, it was cool, man. I got to lead worship, which was sweet.
Yeah.
My band quit on me, so.
What do you mean quit on you?
So it was supposed to be me and 2 other guys, and for various reasons, both of them had to drop.
Dang, my phone didn't ring.
And so, you hadn't been to Faith Walk
yet. I can strum G, C, and D and sing the truth, my boy.
Amen.
Come on.
That's all I did. But no, we made it happen, man. There was a couple other guys there that were talented, and we put it together. It was cool.
Yeah.
God did some cool stuff. But
well, I'm glad to hear. There's somebody else I was talking about it with that said that it was pretty cool. I don't remember who it was.
I don't know.
But it is nuts to put your phone away and just kind of just sit.
Well, that's what we love about the outdoors, right?
Right, yeah. Yeah. and just kind of sit in his presence and see, hey man, what's up?
I mean, we don't just sit. There's
Right. Well,
bunch of-
yeah, I'm not
bunch
saying
of
you sit Indian
speakers
style.
and ton
Yeah.
of food, and ironically, we did sit around a fire and sing Kumbaya.
Kumbaya.
Just because we had to.
Yeah,
That's
just to
great.
say you did.
Just 'cause we did.
That's really not a bad idea.
I've never actually done it, and it was great.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
was
And just
great.
to say, like, yeah, man, we don't get on our phones. We sit Indian style and do this with our hands, whatever this
Sing
means.
Kumbaya.
And sing Kumbaya.
And we did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a better man for it.
I sure am.
Yeah. Speaking of phones and technology and stuff, so another seamless transition that I talk about every time we do it that makes it not seamless. But every single, I was thinking about the phones and stuff and all this new AI stuff, artificial intelligence.
Well,
keeps
that's what
coming
just got
out.
us.
Exactly.
5 minutes ago.
That's correct. That's correct. AI screwed us there.
Yep.
Ended our life. But I'm just like so intrigued by it. Have you messed with Chat GPT? GPT? No? Do you know what it is? Oh, I love this then. This is going to blow your
Chat?
mind. Chat GPT. So it came out in November of 2022. It's actually the third generation of this model, but now it's made to the public for free. And you can like pay.
Oh, wait. Is this the... Go ahead. I think I know what it is.
Well, okay, so all it is artificial intelligence chat.
And you like text it?
You can text it.
Yeah,
and
I did.
So,
I did.
yeah.
It creeped me out.
Dude.
I almost downloaded it just out of curiosity because I dove down a rabbit hole of like reading about it.
Yeah.
And it creeped me out too
You
much.
should get it.
No,
You should.
freaked
I'm
me
telling
out.
you, you should 100% get it because
It freaked me out.
it makes things that you may hate doing and you don't even realize that it'll help you. So to backtrack, what it is you type it a prompt. You can ask it a question. What day did Abraham Lincoln die, and it tells you. Or you can say, hey, write me a 2-paragraph summary of the movie Sandlot. Or you can write, hey, excuse me. You can say, I need a paper on, something, I don't know. Was the Titanic real? And all that good stuff. And it will write you something that is one of one. It will write it. It is one of one. It will not be duplicated, to my understanding. And it's yours, obviously yours to use.
Okay, so no, that is not... I have heard of that too. What I'm talking about is like it's an AI friend that you...
Well, that's what this sets up. You could set this up to
Okay.
what you're talking about.
So like just
be
text
an
you
automa-
randomly
exactly,
and,
like an automated
and say,
response.
hey, how you doing
Yeah.
today? And like people have it as like their significant other now. They've had like a 2-year relationship and they do like dirty texting and all kinds of stuff. It's weird.
Kind of hot.
Go ahead.
I'm kidding. No, that's
Weird, man.
Yeah, that is pretty dang weird.
That's how a lot of sci-fi movies start.
iRobot. I don't know if that's how it started, but in my
Eagle
head
Eye.
it just did. Eagle Eye. Oh, I forgot about Eagle Eye with Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf,
Man, yeah.
classic.
So yeah, AI.
Terminator.
It does all this crazy stuff. Like, so I have a buddy that I teach and coach with, big into roping. He just bought an arena, an entire arena, in this huge property. Excuse me. And he's like, could you type me? What did he say? He's like, could you help me out? I want to get sponsors for my arena. How should I go about doing that? And like, I've failed miserably at getting sponsors for a lot of different things. So I'm like, here, I'll show you what I do, and you can not do that.
You've succeeded a few times.
I have succeeded a few times, but here's something that I've done that sometimes works. Okay. And I sent him what I have for Kepler Creek. And then I was like, oh, wait, I can use Chat GPT to do it. So I put, write a sponsorship prompt. And I don't remember how I wrote it, but basically said, hey, I have a horse arena, write me a prompt looking for sponsorships. And dude, it was incredible. I copied and pasted it, sent it to him. And like, I did it like that. Like, he asked me, I did it within like 2 minutes. And he was like, there's no way you just did this. And I was like, you're correct. There is no way. You know me too well. I did not do that.
It was good.
It was incredible. He sent it out. He used it.
Did it work?
Yes.
Why are we doing this?
I mean,
There might be a Yeti banner over here one day.
No, I'm kidding. But it was just a good way to get the ball rolling, like for him. And then so he also, on this property, it was a rental house. Excuse me, no, it was a house. So he's moving into that and he's renting out his old trailer. He said, could you type me up a rental agreement with your little robot you got? And I said, well, let me try. And I'd be dang if it didn't do it. And it started making like, what's it called? Starts with a C. I don't know, things to adhere to if you rent a property, covenants for the property basically or whatever. And it just started saying like pets will not be blah, 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 blah. And then it'd be like, rent.
Dude, we are going to be the stupidest society of all time.
It's possible.
When this takes off.
I mean, I'm already pretty stupid myself.
Nobody can use a phone book. Nobody can use an encyclopedia.
Luckily, I didn't have AI for 29, 30 years, but I'm screwed now. I just sit there and
people didn't have Google and they use that now. I mean, dude, I'm telling you.
It's true.
Convenience has ruined a lot of things. This is going to...
I agree with that wholeheartedly because we talked about that, me and Jacob. Like on the last podcast was when we went to New York, I just knew it at my fingertips. I could have Uber Eats. I could call an Uber. I could do this. I could do that. I'm from a very small town where you had 2 eating options, and there wasn't a whole lot going on, and they may or may not be open. So it's like, let's say you didn't have groceries, then you had to drive maybe 30 minutes to get something to eat. And like to some folks, that's unfathomable. Like they cannot wrap their minds around that. My buddy Matt, every time we go out to Castro, it just pisses him off. He's like, how did you live here? How did you ever have a girlfriend? Like, how'd you just hang out? It was like we were set back a decade.
To that question for a lot of reasons.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm 5'7.5", but
it's the half that did it.
It is. And so, yeah, anyway, so then, but like that society and that version of living is like set back like 10, 15 years. But I feel like for having lived there, I'm just more knowledgeable about stuff, like me and you built this really crappy shed,
and it's really not that crappy.
It's not as crappy as it could be, but like
it's still here. We've been through some storms.
That's true.
We just had tornadoes.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and knock on this. It's not real sturdy. It'll sure up one day. But anyway,
we didn't make this, so
that's true. But like, yeah. So AI, you've got a point. It's going to dumb us up for sure, and it's going to dumb us up. But then also for people that already are smart, it's going to cut back some things to where you may be more advanced now because you've got these like little things like a rental agreement.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not awesome, and I'll probably use it. But like I'm thinking of like kids in college. Although, but they won't be able to get away with that because they're going to say, okay, you misspelled 57 words in your last paper, and now all of a sudden this is a thesis. Like they're going to know.
Yeah. But then also like I
or
feel
can you
like
type in there? I need an 8-page paper that sounds like a third grader wrote it.
Like we're acting. I wonder if our attitude towards AI systems, Chat GPT, is like the same that like our grandpas had toward like the copy machine. They were like, you can just copy somebody else's paper. Like you can just copy this, copy that. Why don't you just write it? Or like the printing press. Like, oh, he didn't write it a million different times. He just copied somebody else's stuff.
I really want to find a flaw in that analogy, but that was really
That's
good.
a lot of flaws.
That was good.
I mean, there's a
that's
lot
a good
of flaws,
point.
but it is a good with every like turn.
You're saying we're the
century,
grumpy old man? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm 100% the grumpy old man.
I mean, yeah,
about stuff
always had
all
been.
the time. I'm the grumpy old man in sports for sure. Like, I don't know, sort of
I
not,
am.
but like
That's one reason I don't watch anymore.
No. I'm talking about like in coaching. Like I'll be a grumpy old man about things like back when I was in school, we didn't like this and we liked it. No, back when I was in school, we liked it. No, we loved it. But anyways, AI is going to change your life. But I started thinking today, how is it going to change the outdoor landscape? And the only thing which I'm on Instagram Live on my phone, so I can't look at it, but I did ask it, what are the top 3 ways to hunt during the whitetail rut season? And one way was it just said still hunting, and it explained what still hunting was. Like,
Yeah.
The other way was I forget what it was, but it was something else. That
Running dogs?
No, no, it was like it was something else stupid. But the third one was like explaining what a whitetail buck does during the rut. And I was like, dang, for a person that may not know, or just when you're young or whatever, you looked in ChatGPT on how to hunt whitetail deer during the rut, which you could just get from Google again. So I used it that way, and then I thought, I see this all the time now, where ChatGPT is going to change content creation. It's going to make content a lot more watered down. So like, I had already done this, but you can just look up top 10 topics to talk about on a hunting podcast, and it'll be conservation, it'll be seasons, It'll be different types of game, different types of guns, like just the basic crap, that we already talk about for no reason. But then also you could take it deeper and you can say, what are the top 5 guns for whitetail? It'll break that down. Then it'll say, incorporate the top 5 guns of whitetail hunting into content creation for Instagram Reels. You get deep, and it'll give you 5 Instagram Reel ideas. Or like the other day, I did like 5 hunting quotes, and then it'll say, and then I'll ask it, how do I turn these 5 hunting quotes into a reel? And it'll say, set the background possibly as this or something kind of like that.
I hate this.
It's nuts, man.
I hate it though.
What I feel like it's doing is just giving me ideas.
But it levels the playing field in a bad way because now all the bad content creators, which we are not, but there are a lot of them out there. They're just going to have access. I see what you're saying about being watered down. Everybody's going to be saying the same stuff.
Yeah, but then I also thought about it. It's really just going to produce more mediocre content.
Yeah, it's bad
which is already a ton.
Bad for everybody. Now, granted, I guess that means that if you are going the extra mile to actually do original stuff, then maybe you'll stand out even more. But
the AI system's not going to create a TikTok where your best friend who's redheaded and a beard and he acts like a woman, like that's what we did with the when we dropped the cup.
It might.
No, it
sounds like it.
I keep asking it to create funny reels and they are not funny. They are not funny. Like it's like one today was I said, create a funny hunting Instagram reel, and it was like it basically mapped out a commercial where it's like Todd brought his gun. The gun's good for this, blah blah blah. Todd brought his fishing pole. The fishing pole's good for this. Todd also brought marshmallows in case he's a terrible hunter and he always has something sweet to eat. Oh, it was awful. It was bad. Yeah, and I'm probably going to create that because I'm also bad. And
now.
Yeah. But yeah.
Now that it said it. I don't know. I see it also just I don't trust it. Like what is it? Why does it want you talking to it so bad? I don't trust anything.
Why is it free?
Why is it free? 23andMe, don't trust those. Like, I don't know. There's stuff that they offer you out there that I'm like, why? Why do you want my DNA? Why do you want me to
Well, I'm not
play
doing the
with
DNA thing because I already know
AI?
mine. I'm 10% luck,
Yeah, I know mine too.
20% skill.
15% concentrated power of will.
Yeah.
Have you ever added that up? Because it's not 100.
100%.
It's like
Yeah,
150.
That's how I live my life, on 150%. Other things I have here on my sticky note to talk about that we're not so seamlessly transitioning into. You caught a nice fish the other day. How much did it weigh?
Caught a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are 2 different pictures. I think everybody thought that was one fish. It's 2 different fish.
I honestly, you want to know what I thought it was? I thought you took a picture of
Like a
fish like this.
2-pounder that I put way out
No, I thought you took a picture like this, and then you went with Barry, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Barry was like, hey, stand on the front of the boat, make it look like you got 2 of them, flip the fish around. And then boom.
I think a lot of people thought that.
Yeah.
Everybody was saying like nice fish. I'm like, no, it's just 2 fish.
Hey,
We caught
drop a pin, bro.
So we caught 27 that day. We were going for 30 and it started thundering. I was not joking. Tornadoes were on their way. We caught 27. I caught those 2 that went. One was right over 5, I think 5.1. The other one we didn't weigh, but it was same size.
Yeah.
And then we caught, I don't know, probably 5 more that were around 4.
Can you tell us what you caught them on? Who cares? What did you catch them on? Tell us.
I'll
Barry's
tell you-
going to get upset.
I'll tell
Are you
you-
that guy? You're not going to tell me?
Well, I mean, it's not my boat. It's not my spot. It wasn't even my gear. I didn't bring anything.
Oh, then no, don't tell
I didn't
it.
bring anything but a good attitude.
Don't tell it.
Yeah, I don't think I can.
That's like the one time you probably can't tell.
Yeah, if it was my stuff, I'd tell some, but it wasn't.
I'm not that protective over
Oh,
fishing.
I did buy the bait last year, actually, because he just needed some stuff, and so
Probably
I
a
went to
Cinco.
Bass Pro and bought a bunch of things. But I can't divulge.
Jesus.
I will say, one of them was just casted it to somewhere, and the fish happened to be there. But the other one, the biggest one, actually,
Live scope.
no, but it was. I actually looked like a freaking bass fisherman. Bass fisherman. I was gonna say fisherman man, but so we're in the boat and it's a bunch of just mangrovey looking, branches in the water, like super thick and nasty, and we're kind of fishing the edge of it. and we're probably, I don't know, here to the wall, maybe 10 feet from that stuff. And I look, there's like an opening, and maybe 3 feet back in the opening, I see it turn over, the fish, see it like roll.
Yeah.
I was like,
Come on.
this isn't my stuff. This isn't
Yeah.
my boat. I haven't been hung up yet today. It's like 40-mile-an-hour winds. I've been real cautious,
Yeah.
but I got to try it.
Yeah.
And so, dude, I freaking skipped one just perfectly, and it went right in this opening, skipped all the way back there, and he came out of the water and snatched it. It was the greatest fish
I have to
catch
believe it to see it.
ever. You can ask him. He saw the whole thing. He said, did you just, because I called it when I did it.
Yeah.
I said, I just saw him turn over in there. He said, go for him. I was like, all right. And I yanked him out. He said, did you actually catch that fish? I said, yeah. And then we had no idea how big he was till I got him out of the boat.
Jack of all
In the boat.
trades, this guy.
But it was a good day. It was a fun day. My thumb's still a little bit raw.
While some of us are, oh my gosh, did you just say your thumb is still raw? Get out of here.
It was a lot of lips I ripped that day. He did beat me. I think he caught 15 or 16 of them. I caught the rest. Me and him, we fish together quite a bit, and it is always the same story. We'll usually be about even. Like, we fish well together. We should do tournaments. But we never catch fish at the same time, and it is the same thing every time. He'll catch, this is exactly how this day went. He caught, I think, 5 unanswered, and I'm just pissed in the back.
Unanswered.
I'm just mad. I'm in the back of the boat, just like freaking fronting the boat, and me, I'm back here casting behind the freaking motor. And then I finally catch one. As soon as I catch one, he won't catch a fish until I'm done. I'll catch the next 6. And then all of a
Just
sudden,
taking turns.
and then we'll take a lull, and then he'll catch the next one. I'm like, oh, I'm screwed. And sure enough, he'll catch 5 or 6, and then we'll switch back. It is the same thing every time. I don't think we've ever doubled up. Like, we never catch fish at the same time.
You're about to turn into that guy that wears the watch that has the fish on it.
No, because
It's like
I don't
2
have
fish or 3 fish. Oh, it's a 3 fish day.
I
gotta
don't get to
out
go
there.
unless I'm invited at this current junction. So
Fishing is
no.
not something that I've just gotten into. It. I mean, you was in high school. I was big. I had a little boat. We'd go bass fish CANIK all the time in Jonesboro.
Caney, I got baptized in Caney Lake.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. But anyways, yeah, we go fish
Sure
CANIK
did.
and all that. That was a good time. So you went fishing, and then you also GT Outdoor said, "I have that watch." I'm not joking. I'm not hating on the watch, man. You wear your watch.
Look, if I had, I don't for specific reasons. I have too many hobbies as it is. If I had a boat and fishing gear, that's what I would be doing.
You probably also have a divorce.
I would.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Cheap divorce. Never mind. What's more expensive?
I'd have, but it would buy me a boat.
Okay. All right. So you went fishing, and you also got a gun
I did. So,
and a Deemer box.
side note, I don't know which one to talk about first. So
Yeah.
here,
well, the Deemer box speaks for itself. He got a freaking
we,
sick
we,
Deemer
we
box.
all know about the Deemer box,
Yeah.
but they were gracious enough, and I did not even ask for it. I guess
You
they
did
just
not.
they just listened to the podcast when I said I didn't have one, and they
Yeah.
lovingly sent me this one, which is cool because yours is the two,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the 1. And we used it the other day at a crawfish bowl, which if you keep up with the Instagram, you saw pictures of it. But
Let me see here.
it sounded great. I
Yeah.
don't think the one sounds bad at all.
No, it's pretty sweet, and it's much smaller, not as deep or whatever, but like you can still put like lunch in here. Like
Yeah, the
everybody's
case is quite a bit smaller.
This is the duck hunting speaker.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I don't want to turn this into a Deemer box ad. This is the last thing I'll say. This is the very serious hunting guy said, "Tell him I don't have one either." Yeah, DM us your address. We'll just get everybody Deemer boxes. But like honestly, if you duck hunt, to me, this is worth it. Dry box speaker, turn into a cool guy.
I mean, it fit that gun.
I'll leave it over
I have
here.
all my chargers and stuff in there, so I didn't do it. But yeah. So this,
Gun's nasty.
I got on a kick
Here,
the
I'm
other
gonna put this
day.
on him while you're talking
wanted
about the gun.
wanted some guns. Oh, hey there, America. So well, all right. First, we'll do this. We're gonna make sure we're dealing with
Don't flag me.
safe firearm. But
That was so cool.
was that super cool?
Continue.
You're getting texted by your dad, by the way. Okay. So I got the gotta haves the other day. One of the pistol, actually, because I bought my wife a pistol. because she decided she wanted to start shooting, so we joined the firing range, shooting range. I gave her one of mine. She liked it, but I don't know. I wanted her to have a newer one, so I bought her one. Well, then, of course, I had to have one. And so I'm looking at like FNs and guns that I can't afford online, but I'm watching this review video of an FN, and the guy says, I'll be honest, rather than spend the $900 on this FN, I would buy the CANIK. I'm like, what the heck is a CANIK?
Yeah, I don't know what that
Anyway, I fall down a rabbit hole of CANIK videos. This is like the latest and greatest. They've only been out a few years. As a Turkish gun.
Yeah.
Everybody, everybody. I've not seen a single negative review. Everybody says it is not only the best gun for the money, but it is one of the best triggers out of the box of any gun at any price point that anybody has shot. And let me tell you something, it is crispy. The return on it is like just minuscule. I mean, you can, if you're good enough to actually have muzzle control, you can sit there and just rattle them off as fast as you can wiggle your finger.
Yeah.
Anyway, so side story with that, I went to
Bam! As he drops
somebody else joined. What's up, Joshua Smith?
Side note: if you follow sport news, we're sitting here flashing a gun on Instagram Live like days after John Morant did in a nightclub and is now suspended by the NBA. So we're basically John Morant. But continue. You don't know who
trying to get us.
You don't know who
again.
that is, and then you did not know that. But continue. That's fine. That is
not what this podcast is about.
It is not what this podcast is about. But
Come
I just
on,
brought it.
keep it
full
together.
Circle. All right.
Anyway,
continue.
we had a big. This is a little sidebar. We had a gun show here, a big gun show, and it was absolutely atrocious. I will not go to another gun show for a while. They're claiming, COVID pricing and inflation pricing and all this stuff. They were asking more for the guns in there than they were at Academy.
That doesn't make any sense.
0 cents. And I told the girl that. I said, ma'am, I've got a pocket full of cash. What's the cash price? Doing the whole haggle thing like you always do. And she's like, the price is what it is. It's on the sticker. I said, well, your sticker is higher than the same exact pistol at Academy.
Yeah.
She's like, well, sorry, inflation. I'm like, okay, well, inflation's going to send me to Academy later.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I walked out of there empty-handed, and I went to Academy later and bought this.
That?
Yeah.
I didn't know they had that at Academy.
But anyway, sweet gun. I have shot it, and it is a freaking blast to shoot. I would highly recommend going.
What
to check
caliber is it? 9?
9. Dude, but for the money, I'm telling you, it is a $900 pistol all day long, and they got it at Academy for $399.
That's interesting. Yeah,
And I
because my Taurus
guarantee you-
wasn't. It's like $280.
I guarantee you, in 2 years, that's a $600 pistol, no doubt. They're just
With
waiting for
no-
It's already the one of the I forgot who it is. Some country over there. 2 countries, I think, are using it as their military sidearm.
Wow. Knowing you, it will be. It'll be worth like $3,000. You'll have 4 of them, and
Trying to buy them now.
you'll trade them for something else.
They're sweet. If you gotta bug up your butt by getting a pistol, I'd recommend it. It's a striker fire too, which everybody's going to since that's a Glock thing. You want to flip it around?
Just to see what my dad said.
Bye, everybody.
But yeah, so if you're in the market for a pistol, hit up Jordan.
That was a free ad, by the way.
Free ad. They don't.
I just was excited about my new pistol.
We'll let them have it. Again, I'm gonna say it, Jordan. Great episode.
And I'm going to say it. Have we ever had a bad one?
I don't think so.
I just don't think so.
To me, no.
No.
To the view count, yes. We've had really bad ones. We've had really good ones.
Really good ones too.
We've had really bad ones. We've had really good ones. So,
Yeah.
we appreciate you guys listening. Excuse me. If you've listened or you've watched on Instagram this entire time, we would appreciate you subscribing to the YouTube or following us on Instagram. We're so close.
Pause.
Go ahead.
Did anybody back me up on long in the tooth?
No. Everybody's like, Jordan's an idiot.
No,
That's
it's
not
a
a real
thing.
thing.
Travis
We've
Tritt would
never
not have put
heard
that in a
that.
song
Jordan's
if it
a
wasn't a
moron.
thing.
That gun is not that great. I don't know, dude. Bunch of haters.
Yeah, well,
I'm kidding.
tens of haters.
Tens of haters. So, yeah. Subscribe. We appreciate you guys listening. Get outdoors. Go do something. It's getting to be pretty weather here in Louisiana.
Yeah, I was about to say content coming. We
Yes,
got
sir.
some bow fishing stuff lined up,
Coyote hunting.
coyote hunting,
gonna be
maybe
a
some
great
crow
time.
hunting.
Yes, indeed.
We got things to do.
Got our crow hunting hats.
Sure do.
Yes, sir. Go to church.